reporter from this news platform online has come out to say facts, which I'm not really sure if it is, but let's read. I have uncovered the Inec show that Labour Party's Peter Obi may become Nigeria's next president by default because Bola Tinubu and Atiku Abubakar, candidates of the APC and PDP respectively, have violated the Electoral Act 2022, which may cause them to be disqualified if Obi sues them. Okay. Now, I'm not really sure what the Electoral Act 2022, again, 2022, there's a reform. I'm not really sure what it states, but let's look at what it is. I mean, okay, fine. Before we even look at what it is, we have to see if the process would even go through if Peter Obi should sue, because again, our court systems are very compromised and it's not one we can trust and be like, you know what, let's just sue. There have to be grounds as to violation of this act. And this is probably 114 pages long. Okay. So let's now see. So now I've gone on to look at the Electoral Act. I advise you go read it yourself if you can. It's 114 pages long, and there are different sections. And so the sections that I guess is most relevant is part 5 that has to do with political parties. And looking at the subsections with the title of the subsections and potential offences that could be there, that is where maybe offences could be if they violated the Electoral Act. But I would say number 84, nomination of candidates by parties, very relevant to what is going on now. Disclosure by political parties, conduct at political rallies, maybe. What other thing could be relevant? Contravention of Section 227 of the 1999 Constitution. So, again, you'd have to go through it to then know what the violation would be. But again, the title or the writer wasn't specific as to what was violated in the Electoral Act. But I'd advise, if you want, go look for it through yourself. I think it's unlikely that you're going to finish that. So yeah, let's go back to what the comments are saying. So just because of politics, is this what you're going to reduce yourself to? Oh, okay. Very, very random comment, but it is what it is. It's very, very, very... social media will create a polling unit here so that people can vote for Obi. We will appoint Inec chairman from East so that he can announce Obi as president for obedient people, aka Joker. Obi by nature would not want a shortcut victory. We want him to win the match with a penalty goal, or we don't want him to win the match with a penalty goal. Our victory shall be at the polls and will be convincing. Then and only will this spent forces know that their time is past. Well, you can say so, but no, specifically nothing is given here that would say this is what they're in violation of. And to be honest, I would not even be surprised if, now is to prove it, right? But, there's so many sections of the Electoral Act that has to do with the process of elections, that have to do with the campaigns, that have to do with conduct at polling rallies. They have to, at campaign rallies. There's so many things. I'm like, look at this. They would probably be in violation of so many. I think every political party is a violation of a lot of the things that are put here in the Electoral Act. And I'm thinking, wow, this is so detailed and very long. And I would not be surprised. Even the Electoral Act, there's also, a section that's dedicated to the staff and also to those in INEC and what is expected of them. So you can see on paper, yes, things are documented as they are, but now it's the application. That is where we will find so many gaps. So you never really know. But if going back to the Act. As I said before, there's establishment and functions of the Inec. And part two is staff of the commission. Part 4 is procedure at election. Part 5 is political parties. Part 6 is electoral offences. And these are offences due to registration or in the aspect of nomination, which may be relevant to now. We can't obviously go through everything, but if you want to go, I'm just telling you where to find it in the Electoral Act. Threatening, undue influence, bribery and conspiracy. That's all in part 6. Now in part 7. Now part 6 is titled Determination of Election Petitions Arising from Elections. Oh wow. Part 9, miscellaneous provisions, and then the rest is like signing and yeah. So yeah, if you want to go read it for yourself, great. And I think it's something that, if there could be like I personally would want to take time out and read it, but if you want a shortened version, this is 2022 and it was reviewed when? Lagos, 29th of March 2022. So it's very, very recent. And I guess it's funny how, do you know what I think is it's wise to go look at the old versions, because I don't know who's editing this, maybe Inec, but I don't know why all of a sudden close to these times that there's an amendment to it, because this is now 2022. Yes, of course, acts should be reviewed, and you can't just leave one act in one time and it's not applicable to the time of where. So if you're willing to read through it, by all means go ahead. I don't think there's anything that would that should stop you, but I think this is not a lot of work. If you're willing to do the work, I think it'd be wise to look at the previous acts and see what specifically has been changed. And it's probably just a minute thing, which, I guess. For the fact that the INEC chairman is picked by the ruling party already says a lot. So what else can we expect? It is what it is. It's the country we find ourselves in. And elections are coming up. Campaigns are coming up. Everyone is speaking against each other. Politics with the drama. Nothing less. Just the quality of the drama. That's what we see. Put what you think in the comment section below about this. What do you think of the recent change to the Electoral Commission? Do not forget to like and subscribe.